Today's Chicago Bears mailbag is sponsored by Manscaped, guys, the best men's grooming products out there. And maybe you're too young, maybe you don't know what men's grooming products means. Razors to shave your ball area, your genital area, they've got ear and nose hair trimmers as well, tons of different stuff. You got to be manly and talk about this stuff. It's fine. Get their products. And ladies, if you're watching, perfect gift for your man this holiday season. Go to manscaped.com, use promo code BEARS20. All right, let's jump on into this mailbag here. Marcus Muir with the super chat. Appreciate the show. Keep it going. That's the plan, my friend. Do you think our secondary can improve with more and more experience? And then we'll get to your second question here in a second. Yes, I think we've already seen that. I think Kendall Vilder from week 1 to now has improved quite a bit, which that's a nice development. If Vilder continues to improve the rest of the season, maybe he is your CB2 long-term opposite of Jalen Johnson. Then you just got to figure out slot, because I don't think Duke Shelley's a long-term answer at nickel. Can you get by with them? Maybe. I think this Sunday will be a good test to see Aaron Rodgers and that crew come in here to see if they expose this Bears cornerback unit. We'll feel better or worse after this game, I can promise you that. But kudos to Sean Desai. He's got these guys playing better, and I think if they play more, they can only get better. Another one from Marcus. Appreciate the super chats. If you guys super chat, we'll get to those first. Is there a possibility to trade Andy Dalton away? There is. I don't expect that to happen, though, unless Dalton comes to them and says, hey, I want to request a trade and see if I can go start the second half of the season somewhere. Maybe they would try to help him out, but they value him. They paid him to come in here and start. Obviously, that's not the case anymore, but they value him as a backup, and his contract's even less tradable than Nick Foles, if we're being honest. Ragnarok. Should the Bears be buyers or sellers at the trade deadline this year? This is a good question. I'll say this. We'll know more in 3 weeks, right? The Bears have 3 more games before the NFL trade deadline on November 2nd. They play this weekend, then they play the 24th, then on Halloween against the San Francisco 49ers. You look at this upcoming stretch here for the Chicago Bears. Obviously, big divisional matchup on Sunday. Then you got Tampa Bay, the defending champs, on the road. Can you split those somehow, win one of them? For sure, you need to beat San Francisco at home. They're banged up. Who knows if it'll be Jimmy Garoppolo or Trey Lance. But worst case scenario, you go 1-2 in these next 3 games. You can't lose all 3. Then you're sitting at 4-4 before the trade deadline. Then you're on the fence. Do you buy? Do you sell? We'll see. I think if you win 2 out of 3, more likely to buy. If you win 1 or less, maybe you stand pat or you sell. Who knows? What do you guys think, though? We'll make this the pinned comment on today's video. Should the Bears be buyers or sellers? Type B for buyers, type S for sellers. If you get hit with the YouTube ad break, scroll on down to the pinned comment and type in your B or your S right there. Twinquist, newsflash in advance for the watch party. Just because Nagy's holding a call sheet doesn't mean he's calling plays. Thank you. Literally last week, I'm with producer Jeremy, who I'm with Jack today. But, Jack, you'll find this funny. I don't know if I told you this. Bears go 3 and out their first 2 drives. Nagy's taking play calling back. He's got the play call sheet. Guys, he had it last week. He has input on the play calling. But he's not calling plays. Bill Lazor's calling the plays. You can't just assume Nagy takes it back when the offense doesn't score. That's just not how this works. Bill Lazor's the play caller. You can trust me on that. That's 4 Smoking Jays. Shout out to our sponsor, Manscaped, on today's show. You can get 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com with that promo code BEARS20. The Lawnmower 4.0, it's the best men's grooming product out there. Trust me, your balls will thank you if you use this one. Don't buy those generic brands at the store. You're like, oh, I'm getting a great deal. Yeah, it's a big investment, but you can get 20% off with the promo code. I have my lawnmower for 2 years now, and it's still going strong. I only charge it once every 3 months because it's got a super long battery life. And, hey, your lady's going to love it, too, because when things get down to business, you want it cleaned up down there. Manscaped.com, promo code BEARS20. We'll get those links down in the comments and in the description as well. Don Burr is back. Not one fire Nagy post till the Packers smoke you. Hey, look, man, you win 2 in a row after you give up play calling, that seat gets a little less warm, Don. Now, if the Green Bay comes into your crib and kicks your ass, yeah, people are going to be talking about it again. Here's all I know. The Bears are 3-2, and the Lions are 0-5, and Dan Campbell's about to cry. Like we saw on Sunday. We'll see ya. Next question here. Keith Riggle, are the Bears going to have Fields be a GAM manager all year? Will they let him let his freak flag fly at some point. I don't know what that means, but I assume you mean let him cut it loose, have a 300-yard passing game. They're going to do what the game dictates. I mean, what they don't want to do, Keith, is have him or try to have him put the team on his back. He's a rookie. Now, eventually, that's what you want, right? You want your franchise quarterback to be able to do that, like Patrick Mahomes is having to try to do in Kansas City this year because the defense sucks. But they're comfortable playing lower-scoring games right now. Now, with Green Bay this week, they're going to score some points probably. You're going to have to let him cut it loose a little bit more. I do think that'll happen. That being said, I wouldn't expect him to throw 45 times a game or something like that. But I do think as we go along, he'll get more and more opportunities to let it rip. But he just wants to win, man, and continue to improve. Tyler Monaghan, when will Jenkins be back? No update on Teven Jenkins. I'm not expecting him this year. If he comes back late in the year, great, but even if he does, he probably wouldn't start. So, yeah, there's no official update. Larry Borum, it sounds like he could be getting closer, depending on when you're watching this. Maybe we have an injury update, but as we're filming this live on Tuesday, nothing on him either. Harrison Graham's burner account. Hey, it's me, but I didn't make this account. Davante Adams to Chicago. Oh, man, how about giving me the juicy SEO? I love it. Hell yeah, let's do it. Let Allen Robinson walk and sign Adams with free agency. I'm down. I don't know if he'd flip sides and go from Green Bay to Chicago, but he is a free agent, and let's be honest, this might be Aaron Rodgers' last year in Green Bay, and if it is, I don't think Davante Adams is going to stay there. Joey M., get Jared Goff and try to win a Super Bowl. What? Is this a joke? Get Jared Goff and try to win a Super Bowl. This, wow. I can't believe this was asked. Guys, Jared Goff's not that good. He's not the difference in the Bears making a run. Is he better than Fields right now? Perhaps, but I don't even know if that's true. Wow, that's that's quite a take. That must be Don Burr's second account. What's your favorite Halloween candy? It is spooky season. It is the month of October. Favorite Halloween candy? I'm spooked out by that Jared Goff question. I'll tell you what. My least favorite Halloween candy is a handful of Jared Goff chocolate heads. I don't want any of that. But let me know. Favorite candy? I love Reese's Pieces. I'm kind of a basic guy. Peanut butter chocolate and milk chocolate. That's it. I don't need any of this extra crap. Keep it simple. Just get the chocolate flowing. That's really all I'm about. Alan Mack, Khalil Herbert pushing to be RB2 and Monty is back. Possibly. Him and D. Will both ran well. Damian Williams. What's really going to be interesting is if Khalil Herbert shows enough this year and next year before you have to make a decision on Montgomery's contract. It'll be interesting, but I love Monty. You guys know how I feel about him. But through one game, Herbert's been good. Damian Williams through one game proved why the Bears brought him here. He's a veteran runner. He can catch the ball. I think this 1-2 punch can get it done while Monty's out. ZJ the Rapper. When will Jimmy Graham be used in the red zone? Guys, I don't know why this team kept Jimmy Graham. I just don't. I just don't get it. I'd like to see him in there, but you know what? Jesper Horsted, if he's going to catch red zone touchdowns, let's just play him. He's younger. He can be a part of the future. I don't need Jimmy Graham. I don't know why they kept him. I think it was a mistake, and I think through 5 games that's been proven, considering he has 1 catch. Danny Phillips, do we still have Charles Snowden? Practice squad, I'm pretty sure. I can't remember. I can go ahead and pull it up here as producer Jack gets the next question ready to go here. I'll just pull it up real quick. I think he's still on the practice squad. Can't remember if he got poached. He may have gotten poached now that I think about it. Let's see. Doing this on the fly. Yep, he is still on the practice squad. So I think down the road he could be an option. Maybe you activate him with Jeremiah Tachu going down, depending on when you're watching this. Maybe that happens. Maybe it doesn't. We'll see. Some guy, hashtag Bears, could we introduce Jakeem Grant Wildcat play? I think it would be very successful with his speed. Possibly. We saw him line up in the backfield once or twice. I think they'll utilize him at some point on offense. By the way, he is not scared as a returner. He caught a punt in the end zone and brought it out. I've never seen that before. So I like the aggressive mindset. Maybe rein it in just a little bit, but I think he's already much better than Nisimba Webster as a return man, and if he gets involved in the offense, that's just a bonus. Chris Nagale, can we cut Jimmy Graham ahead of the NFL trade deadline? If we do, can we look to trade for a more premier corner or safety given the extra cap space? Well, they restructured his contract, so I'm not really sure how it would work if they traded him. I'd have to review that, but it's not going to save you a bunch of money. I don't know who wants Jimmy Graham. Who wants him in that contract? I don't if I'm another team. You could try to trade him, but he's washed. I mean, he had 8 touchdowns last year. Bears aren't utilizing him this year. They either think he stinks or they just don't know how to utilize him for whatever reason. I think he's washed. Tony Ramos, what's the word on Cohen? We heard recently like a very vague update that he's still recovering. The update was, yeah, he's still rehabbing, so not really an update, right? The earliest he can return is week 7, so after this week from the PUP list. I would guess we hear something this week or next, but if not, then that's not a good sign because that means that he is not going to return from the PUP list, so we'll have to wait and see. Follow me on Twitter, @HGrahamNFL. We try to answer all your questions in these mailbags, but it's just impossible. Plus, some of you guys can't join us live when these mailbags initially air during our live stream, so if you want to get your questions in later, maybe you're watching this on Friday, Saturday, whenever, just tweet at me. Give me a follow, slide in the DMs, just tweet at me regularly as well, @HGrahamNFL. More than happy to answer your questions. All right, Danny Phillips, will we trade Allen Robinson? Not during the year, I don't think. I'd be surprised by that. Maybe if the Bears lost the next 3 games and it's like, okay, this is falling apart. Let's recoup some draft capital. But even then, I don't really predict it. If they do trade him, they would have to tag and trade him after this year again, unless they trade him before the deadline. Traction, if Trevathan gets cut after this season, do we go corner, linebacker, or nickel in round 2? Don't forget offensive line. I don't think that should be ruled out, depending on what happens with Jenkins and Borum. Don't forget wide receiver either. Guys, Allen Robinson, if he's gone, you need another receiver. I think linebacker, dude, bring back freaking Ogletree for another year, man. He's playing well. Roquan will be here for at least another year. I don't think you're drafting a nickel in round 2. But we'll see. You did say center for O-line, so that's a possible. Sorry, I misread that. But yeah, I think there's a lot of different directions the Bears could go in the draft. Last one on this mailbag. If you're watching live, we'll have another one coming up here in a bit. What is the plan versus Tampa if we can't run the ball? So yeah, we'll get to that next week in deeper depth, especially if we do a preview, which we probably will. Tampa's great against the run. They struggle against the pass. They're dead last in pass defense. I think that's a game you maybe give Justin Fields more opportunities to stretch the field. I think that would make a lot of sense.